Center stage Jackson, Lisa Kreiderman, and Victor McDermott. Welcome back.
Thank you.
How you doing?
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
We've got a show coming up, and it's like this weekend.
It's coming fast.
What is it?
It's called Next to Normal. It's a musical, and it's in honor of Mental Health Awareness Month, the month of May. It's exciting.
And I believe you're putting this on in a venue you've never done a show before.
We have done a show here before. We've done our cabarets, a couple of them, but it's been a while.
Yep.
It's been a few years. But it's a beautiful place, and we're very grateful to be guests there again.
And the show is going to sound familiar to people because it was actually a Broadway, well-regarded Broadway play. It was a hit.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yep, and it's award-winning, and it's beautiful music. It is not a comedy. I mean, there are moments, but it's kind of a heavy subject. There's some, obviously for mental health, there's a mom that's suffering with some mental health issues, bipolar and depression, and there's some grief issues there. And you want to say any more about her issues, family life?
You know, in some of my notes to the audience that I prepared, it's kind of interesting to observe that some of the even the diagnosis that might be applied to some of the characters in this play have changed since the play was on Broadway, and so it's a very evolving kind of paradigm, mental health, and I think it's something that often needs to be renewed, and we need to take a new look at it, you know, and we need to maybe reevaluate some of our assumptions that we make about it. And this play, I think, really does that for the audience. It really gives them an opportunity to reevaluate some of their preconceptions. And, you know, even though the play is about 15 years old now, it won the Pulitzer in 2009 for drama. It can still, it almost resonates even deeper today with the sort of growing awareness that we have about the subject.
Are you directing it?
Yes.
And starring.
And starring.
Yeah.
Wow.
And taught a lot of the music.
Triple threat.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of dancing in this show,
Right.
so.
Double threat.
Double threat. So you mentioned in your notes to the audience, so are you personalizing the show? Are you able to, as you say, you've made some adjustments because of the times have changed. So have you personalized it further?
There was, in some very slight, subtle ways that only true fans of the show might observe, but it is pretty much the show that it ran on Broadway, and you know, we have a wonderful cast of people that are interpreting this piece, notably Karen Kidder, who I've worked with on a few shows in the past, and she's fabulous, and her daughter Patricia is in it, as well as a whole host of other very talented people. This show is brimming with talent.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, all-star cast and crew. And Lisa here, the producer. The subject matter, so it's sensitive, or is it, is the audience, are you welcoming all ages, all audience?
Well, there's some adult language because this is such a sensitive topic, highly emotional. So there's some adult language when things get heated. There's some hot language, you know, as people do sometimes. So if you are sensitive to that, maybe you leave your children at home. But so assess yourself for that.
So tell us about the part, your role as the actor in the show. What is that?
Well, I play a character known, Dan, and he had to put on a little weight for the role.
The producer did too. I don't know why, but
he's kind of like a 40-something that is kind of just a boring dad type, but he's really standing up behind his wife, and he's supporting her, and he's just struggling with how to cope, you know, with daily life. And they have a 16, 17-year-old daughter, and they're just kind of, they're very relatable individuals. that I think we can all kind of see ourselves in these characters in one way or another.
And it's somewhat of a musical?
Oh, it's very much a musical.
Oh, it is a musical.
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, there's almost more singing than there is dialogue.
Oh, well, that's great because Victor's so great at
In
singing.
all of them, yeah, for sure.
Now, what do you have for do you have an orchestra?
There's a live orchestra, and it is more of a kind of a rock style, so contemporary music, and I think the audience will love it.
Is it familiar music or is it?
I think people will recognize. I don't know if it's like from the radio, but music theater people will recognize.
How did you choose this show?
We were looking for something to honor a Mental Health Awareness Month, and we have actually been trying for several years to get this in, and this was the year to do it.
Yeah, so Broadway show, it takes a little bit more to get a Broadway show.
Yeah. So the rights became available, and this was just the year, and Victor volunteered to direct, so we got our team together and we did it.
Nice. Now you're doing 3 performances?
Yep, all weekend long, so Friday and Saturday at 7, Sunday at 2. And this Friday will be a little challenge because it's also cruise night, so parking will be a little issue, but our fans are dedicated and they'll find a way. So.
Well, they can go to cruise night.
That's right.
And grab something to eat or drink and then come to the show.
Yeah, cruise around and find our way to the JSO building.
Are you selling tickets in advance or you get them at the door?
Tickets are available on our website. Follow that link on our Facebook page and on our website. They can buy them at the door as well.
Now, have you directed a play before?
Oh, I have directed a little bit for Center Stage, mostly in my teaching life. I've directed a little bit, but this would be my first musical for Center Stage Jackson.
And you've been performing. You're more known in this community as a performer and writer.
I always said to myself, while there's still some, choice roles to do, of course, I did Something Rotten with Center Stage Jackson at the Michigan Theater earlier in last year. And I always said that, I'll direct, after I've aged out of all the good roles. But this is just this is a really good role for somebody in my sort of like frame of life, and it was also a piece that I felt really strongly about. I understood it, I related to it, and mental health awareness is a part of my work, not only in my teaching life but also with Harmony Garden Music Therapy Services. I do a lot with their organization and reaching out to the community and doing music therapy, and I just thought that this was such a good way to just really embody that idea that this is how we can lift each other up, nurture each other, and give each other voices through the sort of act of creation and music and theater. It's all just about wellness, truly, and so I benefit from it probably more than anyone else.
Yes, it's therapy, right?
Right, and Harmony Gardens has, Jamie Lawrence has probably been on the show. Her business has supported us, and so we're a good partnership. She's opened her business up for our rehearsal space, and she and Vic have good friends of ours, and she's partnered with us and directed cabarets with us too.
Yeah, aren't you supposed to be at the park right now, Victor, doing the show?
That was last week.
That's right.
But yes, Harmony Garden's doing Tuesday night performances in the park, and we're drawing like 100, 150 families, kids music. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
What are the show times for Next to Normal?
7 p.m. on Friday and Saturday, 2 p.m. on Sundays.
Great. I hope I get a chance to get up and see it. It sounds like
for sure.
Should be a great show. Well, with great people, I'm sure it will be.
Thank you. Yes.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Yes. Check our website and Facebook for the rest of our season as well.
CenterStageJackson.org.
Thank you.
Thanks to Lisa Kreiderman and Victor McDermott. That's it. We've run out of time. Thanks, guys, and thanks to all our guests who are with us here today. Tomorrow, we're inviting you back for the morning show.